That is why today, as prices have dipped, they are struggling and are saying that the price they had announced ends up being higher than the current prices on the market. That's number one, because of their own decision to reset the trading model. Number two is the artificial injection of forex into the Ghanaian economy, which has overvalued our cedi, as Dr. Amin rightly explained, and is therefore making our exports relatively more expensive. Remember, we've been raising this matter for a while now. And when you say, they say, oh, dollar has come down, clap for us. Now we are beginning to see the effect, at least in the first area, in the cocoa sector. This action to announce a 28% reduction in the price amounts to a haircut of about 28% on close to 1 million Ghanaian cocoa farmers. You may not recognize it. 28%, 28.6% reduction. This 28.6% haircut is going to affect about 1 million cocoa farmers. And if you add to it the number of people who assist them on the farms and their dependents, my gosh, we're getting to maybe 3-4 million people are going to be affected by this haircut that the NDC government has announced. You see, when you manage an economy with artificial adjustments, the real effect will be realized on cocoa farms, in transport fares, in electricity bills, in school fees. Now you are beginning to see the real impact of some of the things that we are talking about. And it is now clear that this NDC government cannot be trusted. When the MPP moved cocoa prices from 475 Ghana cedis per bag to 3,100, they told the people of Ghana that we were robbing them and that they should actually be getting 6,000 to 7,000 Ghana cedis. And just about 1 year in their tenure, they could not even pay the 6,000. They now said 3,650. No.
And 25.
3,625. And even that one, they can't pay. They have to call an emergency cabinet meeting to announce that Cocoa Board should pay. And then after that, they announced a 28% haircut on the poor Ghanaian farmer. One of the impacts, and that's what I want to conclude with. Already when you go into the cocoa growing areas, I was in my areas just a few days ago. A lot of young people are already not going into cocoa because they say the older folk who went into it, they don't see a transformation in their lives. It's left with the old, elderly, poor on the farms. When you do this, what is going to happen in subsequent years is that even those ones will not be going into the cocoa production. If they won't sell their cocoa farms to Galamsey operators, God knows what they will do. They will abandon their farms. Now, what it means also is that the productivity, the growth, the jobs, and the incomes that come from the cocoa sector, the foreign exchange that comes from the cocoa sector in subsequent years is all going to dwindle. And so we in the minority have a number of requests to government. All of this has come about because of the reset that Cocoa Board did. And that is why, respectfully, we ask the President to relieve the Cocoa Board CEO of his responsibilities at this point in time. Number two, we are asking the government that in previous times when cocoa prices fell and the government absorbed the shock and protected the cocoa farmer, the NDC government should absorb the cost of what they have done and protect the cocoa farmer and restore at least the 3,625 that they promised. This 2,800 or so that they are promising is totally unacceptable. Already we are receiving messages from cocoa farmers who say that if this is what is going to happen, they are going to demonstrate in a number of these. And if they do, we in this caucus, we will join them on the streets to do this demonstration. We thank you for the time and the opportunity that you gave us. Okay. For Edikaino. Now, we have a cabinet meeting, emergency cabinet meeting. Say, you could drink quite a bit fast with your cocoa, for eka. Edu emra, there was a cabinet meeting. Say, who could drink quite a bit your cocoa, for car. Natural say, Asem woho, and I kata kataso. Asem kese woho na kata kataso. Na sa announcement where my say Cocoa Board, enko tuya ekuafo no. Eni nyina so bi esa say, e kamia say next can wo deda. And a Cocoa Board, a bois passe, omuntua. Nanya Sade away announcement omunkotua saying. There was a binding and say, or Chef Finance Minister Nai, we know Kasani say, Precope, Oncope Sika, the friend emergency liquidity assistance, Emma Cocoa Board, na Cocoa Board infinity. Sanya Sana Becase, Omunkotua Omkadia, and then the chess and Escan Woho. Now Brony Trimodinti and Onya Day, Untua. Na eden akofa we aba yempese mo rebe fi niam mienu akofa we aba Baako ne say aban we ba no ma sakra o ma sesa kwan e fa so ton ye koko first na ye de yani hwe daachi ebo future prices and as a forward trading na ya ton o hanchichemu edioson 70% on ba na o mo se yen nim ye nti o ma sesa no o ma pam mpanifo ni bi ye de o mo nkofo abehim ena na o ma sesa no say o mo beye 30% on futures.
This is Channel 1 TV. I am Akosia Otri. We brought to you a press conference by the minority in Parliament. You just heard the Agyapong, the Ofuasia Yoruba Member of Parliament, and also the member on the Economy and Development Committee of Parliament. There was also Dr. Amin Adam, who is the former finance minister, and also you had there Agyapong, who happens to be the minority ranking member on agriculture. Now, they've been talking about a number of things regarding the cocoa sector. Earlier, we had the finance minister address the public on issues regarding financing to cocoa farmers. Well, they indicated that the cocoa crisis that we are seeing, one of the reasons is that Cocoa Board in 2022, their financing had deteriorated, and so it led to default in some payments, and there was some restructuring in the cocoa bills in 2023. But the minority says there's actually a haircut in what is going with regards to the new producer price that we've seen. That is, they are saying that the slashing of the price is going to, not really help farmers. And with what we are seeing, they're saying that the 70% of FOB guarantee in the new Cocoa Board bill, which now we know is expected to be presented in Parliament, is not going to reflect in farmers' pockets. We have here in the studio Nana Tufo-Boateng, who happens to be the head of news, monitoring events with regards to what is happening in the cocoa sector. Nana, you're welcome. With what a minority is saying, let me first pick your general comments on their press conference.
Well, you'd expect the minority to react to the government's announcement of the reforms in the cocoa sector. And this will be because, as a minority, they're supposed to exercise their oversight, of course, being members of Parliament. But again, recall that the minority earlier held a press conference highlighting the challenges in the cocoa sector and throwing some demands at government for government to immediately raise money to pay the farmers. The farmers have not been paid since October. You know, the season starts between September and October. So payment hasn't been done since then. And so the minority had cause to complain, held a press conference earlier. Subsequently, the president called an emergency cabinet meeting. We're actually expecting the reforms to have been announced yesterday, but Minister in charge of Government Communications, Felix Kwachiofosu, did tell us yesterday after that cabinet meeting that the finance minister was going to announce some reforms today. The finance minister has gone ahead to make those announcements, covering a wide range of issues, administrative processes, legislative instruments to be presented, if you like, the redirection of cocoa road debts to the finance ministry, moving that away from Cocoa Board and all.
And so Cocoa Board itself, restructuring to be happening there soon.
Even calling for a forensic audit into Cocoa Board and its operations. Clearly and obviously, the minority would have listened in to that particular announcement, would have watched the press conference by the finance minister and have jotted down their own points, where they see lapses and what they think can be done to, if you like, restore cocoa to its former glory as our biggest foreign exchange earner. If you listen to Dr. Isaac Yao Opoku, who is a ranking member on the Food, Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs Committee of Parliament, the press conference basically was broken into three parts. And you notice that, so there's a ranking member on Food, Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs. So he is a cocoa person, an agric person, speaking to the impact of the reduction of the cocoa producer price, the farm gate price, on farmers. Then you had Mohammed Amin Adam, MP for Karaga, but also a former finance minister, speaking to, if like, some strategies or policies they left behind, and saying that if same had been implemented, we wouldn't be where we are today. And then, of course, Agyapong speaking to policy, because he's a member of the Economic and Policy Committee of Parliament. So basically, that's how they structured that.
Yes, and you had the former Finance Minister, Dr. Amin Adam, related it to the economy and the currency. Well, he said that the overvaluation of the
overvaluation
of the currency is resulting in what we are seeing in the cocoa sector.
Clearly, because so if the cedi is gaining strength as against the dollar, mind you, we import with dollars, we export with dollars. So if the cedi gains strength as against the dollar, what happens is that you are able to import more.
Yeah.
And then your exports are restricted because now the price of your produce on the international market becomes more expensive as against other countries who are exporting same produce. Yeah. And just as was mentioned, same has been admitted by the CEO of Cocoa Board, Dr. Randy Abe. What is happening is that, and for them, they relate it to the forex, or if you like, the strengthening of the cedi. Yeah. Well, it can also be debated, but we'll leave it to what the reason they are ascribing to it. What happens is that this will impact the revenues of Cocoa Board, because now buyers on the international market will begin to look for cheaper options. And so you are looking at countries like Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Ecuador, Brazil, okay, because they are also producing heavily. Yeah. And then, but it's what helps us is there's the quality of our cocoa that gives us that, if you like, strength over these other countries. However, if our prices are not competitive, and if this is as a result of our forex, our currency gaining strength against the dollar, which of course is the trading currency when you go on the international market, then there's a challenge, because then your produce becomes more expensive. You are unable to beat competition based on pricing. And I don't think on the international market, quality alone will take you there. Pricing is also very, very important. So that is one of the reasons they ascribe to the crisis that we are facing. The other
Power 50.
What?
More rank every year.
What?
People driving change.
People who are driving change.
Yes.
In their nations, I've taught to 5. I mean, I'm so proud of you. Oh yeah. We must be proud of our own, and then promote our own. The American what yet your memoir, nipa ye bibi papa yen so you camera and see and appreciate no. Memo be a bomb pa ye so ye boni adani aso as you so.
Yes.
Obi a failure in the country. I know that just and you can't know one to Yagan so. Tuntum can. I don't know money should know. You're one of the best in Ghana.
Thank you.
That is what I can say.
Thank you.
From Omoka. I said this is one of the best. It's one of the best. The American what I said. They said you can you say and Nena watching. Yes, I'm Peja. I'm some family. And now Obi so up a dime. Your Kobabia or Obama $700,000.
A dime or Ghana.
I mean how?
California about $250,000 dying or California.
I mean how? And I'm saying any Pamojana womb.
$700,000 for a
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm the I'm going to Matias. The president Yami Shrano on you know, Nessia no about wine and Anna too. Yamakan Matias, so if you know that wine on you know, on the banner, and don't sign, and concretely, Dr. Baumia.
Yes,
Baumia team, premise,
but the presidential, yes.
So Yami Shran, Yaman Congress, Wayadi, Tim Nayadi, yes.
Apart from campaign in na amount for him say about to but
it was so peaceful, so and we in the 2024 election, no, I mean, was Ghana, you're so unique. Because we had the tension and they do and then be a babako now. So come, my girlfriend, Yamishan, so can Dr. Campino, Jennifer, and Mr. George, George, honestly, Oba. Now I say, man.
Oh, Krobia.
Honestly, idea, Papa. Tell me, I know about you.
Yes.
When they tell me your Beffy. Yeah, Krobia, they tell me your Beffy. Tell me about your bonkomos. Yeah, Quanchine. Yeah, honestly, Yamishana, Mamma Sudru. This year, they used to Sunjuma. Krobia, baby, will be a Yamishano. Oh, yeah, you, Papa, Krobia. Is very hard working communicator.
Gentleman.
Hard working communicator. I give you a better and your bed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna watch us.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Come here, I said now. Dr. Bomianum Crofoni to soon summon your mass. I can't Crofon. I'm telling you, that's the whole truth. Oh yeah. You're bechumbia. Omukodiso. I'm telling you. Could be a beefy all the time. I'm telling you. I'm gonna watch I say. Oh yeah. And Mama should do soon. I'm sure. Including Dr. Samira. Brunya say he Obreme the biggest hamper. Oh, me be this of Obiama hamper so sad.
Samira about me.
I am telling you.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah. Yamishirano. Yamishana, I saw me became home here. But Tango said, you can do so. Obama, Tango said, and I'm a million the abyss. Okay, but your doctor pick himself so your unity. Nijamiana, I catch you, Nipa, Bear said 29 from the catcher, can or obey it. Can't you can on Tino? And the some catches uncle phone said, came and can number. People don't know. Or for me, yeah. Many can number. Me will present number, me will Dr. Bomia number, many can number.
Can the only number.
And tin mamo, yes, from Tino, and Tino, I some more foot to be the Moma, and some of Comua, Dr. Bomia, and yes, the idea, the idea, pa, or your leading tea, or your very unifier, pa. On the Apache,
when you said the canny boom,
papa, Obama said, Juma can pay for Flubio after election. They should make sure. Me repeat it. They should make sure. Said the unity. I am number one.
Okay.
They come together. Them gonna what I say. We don't I won't revenge. We don't I won't shisha horoba.
Right.
Them gonna what I say. And kugo easy. Into be what you go ni bubefu. Them gonna what I say. Into basa you don't explain, you don't react. Them gonna what I say.
Yes.
Now celebrate your nipa no bubejo. Na nipa no buju we are. Then you bring all them together. Them gonna what I say. Orifo, jenti asuma American. Now I party be a symbol this one. I will effect. I was. 2024 Nkugu Ibin say aban. If they don't know, I'm people about any this one. I'm paying for say you on Ukurum, Tertiary, Adroba. I'm paying for say Baako for and Chiosun.
Baako for to meet Chiosun.
Odifo, I'm paying for say
Baako for and to meet Chiosun.
Odifo, paying for say
Baako for and to meet
Chiosun. And by Umianko team and to meet Chiosun now. Omdene here no. A word to a wise
is enough. Yeah.
Them gonna matter as because meeting cause you serious, and this meeting is too serious. See people start here. No, we have to no you have on the party. Now from the party, and I do baby. I do no. Them gonna matter. This the meeting now. Now mobile man here misru. Say ejituma misru.
Papa, the message is deep.
Very deep.
Baako for intimate.
Baako for intimate. So no da. Nipa mi no nchi so no da. Eti ye hia wo no. We see in every situation, the lessons are more important than the emotions.
Right.
Them gonna watch as eti compared to obi aka ne feeling. Eti ma ba omi afo ne mfa nsem o motive from kan you know camp no mfa feeling ka say ye hia wo. Wo hia wan. Wan na wo hia no. Them gonna watch as.
Oh yes.
In the general election, we hear will be. They are going to watch.
Bro, delegates. What try delegates?
What try delegates?
We will be a 50 plus 1. 50
plus 1. Junior 1 free have become 15 1. Or if we win, and the campaign might be number 1 a year for them. They're going to watch. Yes. This is the Bahomia camp. Now let's move to the King's camp. Now King's camp.
Papa,
Obama no aba me body na na fe Quran Quran referred to Jesus as Isa and prophet. And Quran chapter 19 verses 30. Yes. Jesus said, I am the servant of Allah, and he has given me the scripture and make me a prophet. So Quran it proof Jesus as a great prophet. Luke chapter 7 verse 16 Bible can say a great prophet, a great prophet. I'm talking to Ken's camp. Tim Ken for team a year, but me have for the Tim come for the and I may know more Cassan. When failed prophecy is not failure. But if I'm saying
when failed prophecy is not failure.
What do you say there?
When failed prophecy is not failure.
John chapter 11 verses 1 to 6. Osena oyarefo bi wo ho a ofene Lazarus a ofiri Betania. Maria eni nuaba Martha kurum. Na eye Maria ode mu hwehwam esra Awurade.
Na mo bo credential.
Na ode ne tiri nyipe pa ne nan ho no. Ni nua Lazarus yade no. Enti ni nua no mo soma ba Yesu nkyɛn.
Odi for say there.
Ni nua no mo soma
ba Yesu nkyɛn.
Ese Awurade hwɛ ye wodo no no yare. Ana Yesu tee no. O kan say.
Ana Yesu soma.
Enye owu yade.
Yesu assemble Yesu kan Obama.
Enye owu yade.
O say there.
Yade ni nye owu yade.
Yade na abo na enye owu yade.
Batanya ya kurase. Abrantie yi yare. Kromofo nyina betwa no ahia. Oye wadamfo. Ye ne ye hwew. Wo bekuro we mu. Ene dom edi wachi no. Agari ye ne ye hwew. And yen na ye mo aduani di nti wafa na damfo no o yare serious enti odifo ko ka kire eja se me ba ne yare yen nua ne yare serious Yesu tu ya na maso odifo se mo nko ka nkire om nkura so fo se oh yare awai o nguda
enye owo
ya se mo ayi ba
wow
tim fonti dem kana mate yare awai
enyo wu
Yesu na kai Obama anya Yesu na kai say ade ni yowu ade anya na kai na jadi obofo ni jimidika ko kan kire Mary ne Martha eni nkura so munyema home na Yesu a osai ade ne say yade no anya wu yade nti onwu da obi a relax na ade achi tum
because they believe in
him kromofo nyina do omwere asha asmo kai no.
Yes.
Bible says Yesu ti na otena 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Tim na abrante na wu. Abrante na wu dia okay when yenim. Jero so ba no unyane no. Etie ne yemfa no nto ankosi anwumere. Once o kan ya ba na mane no so oba na akodu anwumere. Sabra jirabata papa yama.
One show up.
Abusa panyin say nipa wa yarefo ene wasan awu. Obro ntimom yenkosie no. No makosie no ma betena ase o mo hwe kwan ramata na ade ache na ade asan the 4th day Yesu koya untumi nwura kuro no Yesu koya untumi nwura kuro no because nkom se na feri eno akogina kuro tia eno yosoma ko frɛ mata say Yesu aba waka kuro tia why because said obe wura kuro no kuro fo nyina ate say wo se abrantie ni hu eno wawu
Hey, where Yesu akasa.
Oh my goodness. And nothing me call by Quran.
What mo bi age adi.
Mtinam ko Quran knows you're a prophet. Bible I just you're a prophet. Apart from Christ for him say or a Messiah. Yam gonna what I say. What mo kromo
Baako start say o kan sem ana ono abokan enso start e kan sem na no na ono abokan e ba beka sem Kweku Baako no kwampo na woro no wo trust obe defend na ase no onye clean oye obi asabi oye evil ana oye corrupt pa na MPP aban ana na ado edi anim no onim Kweku Baako.
So he sued. We tried to settle when Sir John was alive. We tried all means, but there was no success. He won at the High Court. The Court of Appeal has spoken today, said the judgment was wrong.
Na yankomra. Ene ana appeals court no etnase. Na court no etnase ana wo say watie honorable Ken ne evidence what aba. The argument ne lawyers. Me say na honorable Ken oni aketwa lawyer Kwame Agyapong enso edi akire. Omo argument omo yawie na judge si ntrase ana opagya ne ti. Ana ochwocho ana si nti ana opagya ne ti. Ochwocho si nti ana opagya ne ti. Ana wie no say this is the court ruling. Was say this is the court ruling. Court no kase Kweku Baako onye clean. Kweku Baako wone na ba announce amere ya announce. Wo mo na SNG Alaska Company Limited dey to garamsey no. Na yo mo dia.
A definite answer because the court is the court and the law is the law. The court can, turn a blue eye to red eye, but the Court of Appeal has followed the law from the Supreme Court. So I think what they did was in the right direction.
So the court ordered a retrial. When are we looking at that?
He is the plaintiff, but there's also a statute of limitation. So we are waiting.
You are supposed to receive some refunds in that. Are you letting the money go, or you are still going to take your money?
I don't know what they discussed. I don't know, so I can't speak to that.
How long has this case traveled?
2020, I believe 2018 or so. From 2018, yes.
And can you give us a brief background of the case?
Defamation. The man says Honorable Ken has defamed him, so he sued. We tried to settle when Sir John was alive. We tried all means, but there was no success. He won at the High Court. The Court of Appeal has spoken today, said the judgment was wrong because of some statutory breach, which is fundamental. It goes to the root. It's very core. So they have ordered for a retrial. But there's also statute of limitation. So we are waiting.
Abusia for medical mo akwa ba de fere gibre na yenko ensem ne esoe. Na de obi nyina ne se enne appeal court so a ewon kan akwa asetena. Amo ahye the editor in chief edema the New Crusading Guy newspaper Kweku Baako say sika Honorable Ken etuade ma no aye defamation and afi in the cost Baako aye 100,000 Ghana cedis and Baako so aye 30,000 Ghana cedis no o ma Kweku Baako enefuare maako makeduasa 30 days so on fund sika emfama Honorable Ken na afi so ensem no wo mo san enfiri assembly for the retrial no na ni na ene say MPP aban e form in 2017 na 2017 no ana announce Ameria announce started say wakwa ye investigation journalism bi e de fa galamsey hu sensem na wo hu se na adan Kweku ado ene na appointees ehun ebomu and the announce e de nam ana wo brage say wono wo ma MPP enko second term if say MPP eti abonte no o mo de galamsey e de bo John Dramani Mahama na NDC etiri so na o ma bade a o evidence upon evidence e chese na ado ankasa e na afen so no na appointees ni bi eye galamsey na no ana Honorable Ken say hene ne ha ana also started ye ede who watch the watchman so ede ba say announce no a ono so wo ye say o ye investigation journalism wono say atente hu atua no to na say bempeni say atente hu atua to a ye montra eja ana Honorable Ken so started ye evidence any further and better particulars wo edit announce chese announce no wo ye corrupt announce so edi esumati ja no ana started say wo ye expose no now yes for dey na Kweku Baako ekotena Peace FM and also start here say and Honorable Ken odue no hobo and na ohwe announce adwuma wo ye na Honorable Ken epese wo hwe 97 wontimi ye adwuma na Honorable Ken e kan say what say Kweku Baako ekotena Peace FM e make allegation bi na e bia announce Kweku Baako ne nam no wonim no eniema bia wonim e de fa announce on e bi oyiche Kweku Baako a Kweku Baako bi shock na Kweku Baako e be ya enko onka na ntum na nam se bi empenin say before ekwa yi a okosue osasabon samso no enam se anas woni Kweku Baako o me yakro na bia some of the buddhists no Kweku Baako enim hu bi no nam so ema Kweku Baako start say o kansem ana Honorable Ken enso start e kansem na no na Honorable Ken e ba be kasem Kweku Baako no kwampo na woro no wo tra so be defend anas no onye clean oye obi asabi oye evil ana oye corrupt pa na MPP aban ana na ado edi anim no onim Kweku Baako na so onim Kweku Baako a enko ngigi nanim e ma sori a o ma jubili aso na ebesi de ana Kweku Baako a wo ye editor in chief edema the New Crusading Guy newspaper ana wakola anas ebe sori be na agi say obegu na nado aban na nado eso Kweku Baako so te na nado man so no so ana afeso no garam say na Kweku Baako any anas can was them. One know what evidence a chasem, Kweku Baako any anas, or Makotic company beer, your phenom S&G Alaska Company Limited, ya almost 82 galamse ni bi. Na mona sabi mose mo kwa bre owo no se mo so mpafin. Ana honorable Ken e kan bi wa sempa, o kan bi wa adom, o kan bi o man FM, o kan bi o netu. Ana o kan se mebre. Na no ana Kweku Baako che se honorable Ken akwagu nanim ase. Wagu no fi de fa defamation no. Ana o ma ensem no so e de call court. Na o de call court wo se ada honorable Ken and make this allegation July 18, 2018 na honorable Ken ansem no. And the honorable Ken cast ansem no pe and October corona 2018 no and anas and the master Kweku Baako titru e ma asem no so dese Accra High Court sometime and omde asem ko tiani and yenkomra ewi ache no na October bosome June na ewi achie no na June 2020 Accra High Court ede ruling ede aba na ode ruling eba aye no na asam okan ni nyina ene sen asam no honorable Ken edi nwufo na honorable Ken edi nwufo no Kweku Baako so de asam ne court no wo se ye kan asam no na se ebo Ken de Agyapong yanji sika no 25 million Ghana cedis enfama no ene 1 million bia no eye 10 billion and can you 25 million Ghana cedis and farmer on Kweku Baako. A we are na court to say, do say honorable Ken agu hu fi na mom no 25 million Ghana cedis Kweku Baako pen sanka. Entina onje 100,000 Ghana cedis. That's ankan sika da no 1 billion. And na first the court so file case or file lawyer no so onje 300 million 30,000 no fan ko pepa na niwa mo ni nsuo na fa pen ba bi entra. Na judgment de ba na empeni say opama aboa na wanya na wo se aboa we ne ho bon anans Kweku Baako ne man say oh ye court no enye say bia na nke akwa sika bi na emom no ne akwa ohore ho ne akwa san yeti na sika kwa ya mo de ba no enye no po ananke ye pe na emom no na nke ye pe say ye ohore na emom court no kan say honorable Ken the various platforms na okokogu Kweku Baako hu fi no on call 3 times na on call retract statement no na on sampa Kweku Baako a che say o we oku no fi na asem no emfa na asem ekọ na eno ana honorable Ken a che say ono to ono se mpredesa enya 1 billion aka sika dada no ene aka sika dada 300,000 200 million na wotua edi ama Kweku Baako no ana emum aye bibi na emum opeso o che say indeed Kweku Baako no woye evil Kweku Baako no oye galamsey Kweku Baako no onye nipa oye cleaner e wo so onu keka obi asem on the bar nas ekoye investigation enti o ma asem no so e de akọ appeal court na adansefo a na nko so court no the high court e ma kwan me from na nko madi adanse no a honorable Ken su say na dansefo nyina mba na court no e pentem ko bua ntem no anka appeal court no o mo ntena asem no so na yenkomra ene ana appeal court no etena ase na court no tena ase ana wo say watia honorable Ken ne evidence wode aba ne argument ne lawyers me hu say na honorable Ken oni aketwa lawyer Kwame Agyapong enso edi akire omo argument omo yawie na judge si ntrase ana opagya ne ti ana o church ana si nita ana opagya ne ti no wa church si nita ana opagya ne ti no we no say this is the court ruling was it this is the court ruling court no kase asam no yensan free ase ne yensan di obo no kata retrial ne yensan di na afeso no said high court can say can the Japan and for 30 days entia 1.3 billion that is 130,000 900,000 aye defamatory and afeso no 30,000 aye cost no and farmer Kweku Baako no Kweku Baako ansan so for 1 month 30 days and start funding scan back to honorable Ken no man san free assembly no foforo na assembly to dwa no ana me tete say honorable Ken say ono de enye sika na Kweku Baako otua ma no na mum opese wo kire say ono Ken de Japan onye obi a osi nso man sa na waham ana mpani say abo sasafa de ofa de che na before say ono be kan asem no evidence enti omo be start ritual for now obenya kwan na ode ne evidence na dance for ne witnesses akwa face Kweku Baako na lawyers e court na indeed what prove say Kweku Baako onye clean Kweku Baako wone na ba anas amere ya anas wo mo na SNG Alaska Company Limited dey to garamse no na yo mo dia na sebe wo to garamse o si dey ko accuse president Kufuor aban say o me garamse abusuafo ha say ana wo ye MPP delegate wo MPP ni a me pese usua dey bo say anas amere ya anas no why aban no e na adwo so begunu anim as e Kufuor na e MPP aban but it took a certain leader like in Agyapong that be odo MPP and no fight anas e ba ye can say in Agyapong enko 200,000 as the defamatory damages and now face the cost 30,000 no party for na nado amusa in Agyapong say obenye sika kwa kotua e ba ye twi in Agyapong abo so ye na di court atentwe no MPP as a political party and nanado and kasi ye hire the services of a lawyer at the amount and to obi any party mu a odo party no e cha ono abuken satam no na say obegu ken MPP enimu ase ogu nanado aban enimu ase o ma nanado aban no enko second term and hwe adene call ye ken the Japan 14 no hwe ba bia MPP ekodu 2020 so if ken the Japan had not fought anasa ebia kanado one second term na MPP ye besa nya obi te second the Japan a sabio mpanimonimu a obaye kwasea obaye jimifo e de ama party no dese Ghana egu emesa anchi Ghana foforo ye besa nya obi odin sika na ho odin nano ebe defani MPP no ebe din pa abusha for me din de shaibula sisi asem no baabi efiri baabi ababedu no ana media to onimu stay tuned subscribe to the Solid TV channel na information for be san to for ma me de bebro nam so e Kweku Baako start say o kan sem ana ono abokan enso start e kan sem na no na ono abokan e ba be kasem Kweku Baako no kwampo na woro no wo tra so be defend ana ase no onye clean oye obi asabi oye evil